It's time for Cup of Red, so let's fill your cup with rad pop culture vibes. And now your over-caffeinated hosts, Mike and Katie. Welcome to Cup of Rad, another episode coming at you. I am Mike.
And I'm Katie.
And here we are, blasting into your ears. It's a week after Halloween.
Yes.
We're recovering from that. Not really. It wasn't that wild and crazy.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I'm coming off of trying to eat less chocolate. And my biggest thing today that's been weird is just the daylight savings time aspect.
Yeah, hopefully you survive that.
You know,
if you do daylight saving time.
It was great this morning, but that extra hour just disappeared real quick. And then it was so dark when I went out.
Darkness consumed you. This Halloween, Kiddo went out as Goku from Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z. He made sure he had a tail to be Goku.
Oh, he would not let it go that he wanted a tail for sure.
Because he is young Goku because he is a child.
Yes. And you were his son.
I was the great salmon.
It was fantastic.
So I rushed a costume together and decided to be that because the Vegeta idea was not working out. So it was easier.
Well, yeah, we couldn't find the right wig. And that, I mean, it's like we were going to do Badman Vegeta for you.
Yeah. Because you thought that'd be the easiest. Because
it would be easy and it matched the Bulma that I wanted to be. And yeah, we could not find a wig, and that hairstyle is not easy to do. No. You know, you have to have like perfect cut hair for it if you're going to try to do it for yourself. And then a wig of just, it wasn't working. So yeah, you whipped up a whole costume in less than 24 hours.
Well, you helped.
I did. I was quite proud of myself.
We and it was pretty fantastic. You may have seen it on our Instagram, and it was pretty fun. Katie got to be Bulma, so little Gohan Bulma romance happening. But we had a good night. You know, it was pretty fun.
It was freezing. I was freezing. I was dying. I was frozen to the core to the point where I was numb, and then it was okay because I was so numb. But Kiddo got to the point where he's like, "No, I want to go home because I'm having a hard time ringing the doorbell. My fingers are not working."
Yeah.
Which, you know what, I is better than rain, of course, but I was surprised on how bitter cold it was. We still had candy from last year, so we're giving away candy and we still have an obscene amount of candy. So it is not for lack of that. It was fun to go out, but we went and got coffee afterwards, dressed up, and that was more fun. Our speed. So
right. You got a hot chocolate.
We were definitely the brightest people in the cafe.
Oh yeah, that was pretty awesome. It was
fantastic.
So moving right along, there's not been a lot of exciting things happening news-wise and all that, pop culture-wise. There hasn't been a lot actually happening, but the fun stuff that's been happening is we've been collecting those toys.
Yeah, my folks came up for a visit and came bearing gifts, which is always super fun.
Always.
The first thing I'm very, very, very excited I got was Android 21 from Figure Arts.
Yes, the Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes.
I've been dying for this one.
Yes, this one, it's been waiting for so long, but my mother was awesome and got it for me instead. Thank you for my lovely husband's help with that one, for pointing that out. And so that now I have my own Figure Arts added to the shelf of collection of yours.
And yeah, you got that one there. I've been posting photos of that one on our social media, and it's really awesome. It's a great looking figure.
I still love, it's ridiculous. I barely know the character and I still love it. And the figure is it's awesome. Like, I look at it and I love the design. I love the gold rings and I love the look of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited.
Yeah, it came out as a really sweet figure. The articulation, everything is just great.
Well, yeah, you've been actually like doing more because of the photos aspect. So I'm just like, yeah, it looks cool. It's awesome.
But you see it every day.
I have a little pink figure right there. And so that was pretty awesome. And then another addition that I'm super stoked about is a Figure Arts Sailor Mars.
Yes, breaking into actually collecting Sailor Moon merchandise.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. And I opened that up the other day and it's really cool. All the different hands for it. And I got the super set, so it has there's like a background of like flaming letters or something behind it. I'm not quite sure what it says, of course, but it's cool. And she's got a giant flaming bow and arrow.
That's what I was saying. That was pretty impressive.
That was awesome.
I'm scared to try to put that on because like it seems very fragile, but it's gonna look awesome in a picture,
right? Because there's a hand attached to it, so then you have to put that on there. And then there's also another one that is both hands have to go onto the same attachment. It's like a gun-looking hand, and then you attach a flame out of those fingers. So that'll be a whole nother air of interesting. So
you got something else coming in the mail that you're really excited about.
I do. I also have Sailor Pluto coming in the mail.
Right? You're going full hog into the Sailor Moon.
So I'm excited. And then Sailor Moon's been added to my Christmas want list. And
yeah, you ranked them, didn't
yes,
you?
I did. So Mars was first. I don't know why. I was just really drawn to her. I like her background, kind of like the mystique medium type spiritual side of her. And another thing about the figure is I love that the hair, there's the back of her, like the hair moves out and you can make it wider and allow for it when she moves her head down to not be just like hair sticking straight out the back of her head. And then her bow as well on her back moves. So just little things like that allow it to have some more flow and movement, which is really awesome. So I'm excited to start playing with it a bit more and try to get it into some of those cool poses.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully you'll let me take some photos of it.
Of course, because I don't do that. That's your artistic genius. So most likely it'll also be, here, Mike, make it look like this for me. I will be part of it, but that looks cool.
No, that's totally
I observe, cool. You create. I'm afraid to break it. The first hand I was trying to take off, it was still like, oh no, I'm pulling too hard. I don't know what the right strength is. Like, am I gonna go and smash the little tiny wrist piece?
Yeah, the female figures are very delicate compared to a lot more of the male figures. Mm-hmm. That is one drawback.
But you know what's really cool is that I was so used to like the figures that I do have, the female are like the DC stuff, but they're of course the lower end figures, right? Female figures in general are hard to get because they tend to make their faces too narrow or funny. I mean, more delicate features are harder to make on a figure. Yeah. And I think, honestly, the anime style lends for it to be a little easier because it's a bit more of a square face. Yeah. And so I was really happy that it's done fantastic. So well, right? Yeah. So I'm excited. And then I'm excited for Pluto because she's actually taller than the other figures.
Yes, it's what, 6 inches or something versus the 5?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if it's a full inch, but either way, she's definitely bigger. Yeah, which is really cool. So I'm really excited about that.
You're hoping to get the entire set?
Eventually, probably. I mean,
most likely.
What can I say? It's us. I mean, it's a team. What can I say? So
it's the ultimate in girl power.
It is. So I've been really liking the books, and I want to cosplay something of that.
I full-heartedly support that.
You do, huh? Yeah. Except for the other one right now that I would think it would just be, it makes me all like, it's such a pretty dress, is the Neo Queen Serenity. So it's future Sailor Moon as when she becomes the full queen. And she's just in this gorgeous, like, flowy silk dress. I mean, it's quite revealing, honestly, on the top. I'm not going to lie. But it's kind of like falling off of her. But it just looks so pretty. And it, of course, it's also in a comic book. So it's always going to look different. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So it's fun to have a different fandom. It's weird having a fandom that's just mine.
Right?
I mean, it's not a normal thing.
Well, I had Dragon Ball for a while, and then Kiddo got involved.
True. I mean, the only other one I have is My Little Pony, right?
Yes.
And then there's really like nothing to collect on that. I have a few really cool articulated action figures from them, and then that was it. Yeah. And so for me, it's just, of course, the graphic novels, but it's fun actually having something I could collect. So.
Yeah. No, totally. Cool. Well, they're so amazing to look at. So
yeah.
I was able to snag a few things. I got the Reveltech Raphael and Leonardo. I've been waiting for those for the longest time.
You actually have another complete set of turtles.
I do. I only have one more set I need to complete. And then I'm pretty much...
And those are on your Christmas list?
Those are on my Christmas list. The figure art versions of the 90s animated turtles. Mm-hmm. But the Reveltech's really cool because they go with my 2012 Turtles and Nicktoon. If you haven't watched that, you have to watch that because it's an amazing turtle cartoon. Do it now.
Yeah,
we'll still be here. Go watch the entire 5 seasons. We'll still be here.
Yep.
It's a fantastic
totally worth
cartoon.
Every moment of it.
Yeah.
If you've been listening to the podcast over our year, you would have heard this multiple times anyway. We can't say enough good things about the 2012 Turtles.
The 2012 Nicktoon Turtles is the best. It's the bomb. Yes, I went back to a 90s reference. Enjoy that. And also, too, I got a bond. Well, let's rephrase that. I did get a few Dragon Ball figures, but I found out today from our son that they're actually part his.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Because we were talking about Christmas lists and everything, and it was like, yeah, Dad, you have this on yours, but you know what? Let's be honest, they're for both of us. So
yeah, they're pretty much mine. Pretty much mine. You're just lending them. I'm just letting you lend them till you die.
Yeah, exactly.
That they're mine.
Laid claim to them already. So.
Right. So, but I got Future Trunks, which is really awesome. He's a fun figure to play with. And the blue God Goku, which is really nifty.
So many variations. I get overwhelmed. It's like, how many different adjectives can you add before Goku and Vegeta? And and you have said those so many different times, and I just smile and nod. Sure, whatever. Okay. They all blend in together.
They all do at some point, but
yeah.
Every Dragon Ball fan is just screaming at you right now.
I know. I'm trying.
They're power-ups.
You know what? I understand the concept of it. I do. And when I look at them, I can tell the difference, and I understand that. But yeah, the super and the God and the sun and I'm sorry. I get confused. I get overwhelmed. Bulma, Android 21, very clear.
Makes sense. Touche. And then I also got the Xenos. I can't remember. I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but
because you haven't seen it yet. It's just cool looking. Yeah,
it was just amazing looking, and I had the toy $200, so I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to pull the trigger on that one.
Yep.
Before it disappears.
Oh, and we picked up lots of Christmas pops at Toy Traders.
Oh, yeah, we did. We went pop.
Like, we have a bag of Christmas decorations waiting, and they will stay there until December. Everyone who freaks out and worried that we're talking about Christmas.
No, they're going out now.
Are you kidding me? The Halloween decorations disappeared. I didn't even realize it. I went to go clean this, and I was like, oh, wait, they're gone. Okay.
Well, it's a week after.
It's not a week after. It is a few days, but completely okay.
But yes, so I got some of those. So those figures will be hitting the Instagram social media waves eventually as I get my photo game up.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting.
So what's another exciting addition that we got from our last visit to Toy Traders?
We got a new card game, because we like card games that make us laugh.
Yes.
It came for Kiddo's birthday because he wanted a card game that would help him play laugh, because he can't play Cards Against Humanity or any of those other ones we have, right?
Yes.
So we found SUPERFIGHT. It is from Skybound Games. It is a game of absurd arguments.
Yep.
So...
And you know what? It's perfect for Kiddo because it's the weird imagination and the crazy scenarios, right?
So we're going to just do a couple little rounds here to give you a taste of the game. Basically, you have white cards, because all these games have black and white cards now.
Yeah.
And on those white cards, you have characters. Then on your black cards, you have attributes for your characters. They could be good. They could be bad. You don't really know. It's luck of the draw.
They can be completely weird and off the charts.
So you then place your cards, and you have to then defend your cards of why you would win against your opponent.
Yes. It was fun as a group, because then we'd have like a tournament style,
yeah.
And then figure out who would take out who to take out who, and then we'd have to take the other person down. So, okay, let's see what's going to come up first. Okay, so am I going first?
You can go first.
I have a gorilla who is a hypnotist and can turn to steel.
All right. I am Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
I am 1,000 years old, but I can also create a hologram of myself.
I'm sorry, steel gorilla who can hypnotize 1,000-year-old Abraham Lincoln, totally winning.
Now you're going to hypnotize my hologram.
And then how are you going to attack me? How can you defeat a steel gorilla?
I came back from the dead. I am Mummy Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay. Mummy. Okay. True. Again, what is your offensive?
Because, he died not 1,000 years ago.
So this is future Mummy Abraham Lincoln.
2099. No, you got me on this one.
Yeah, no, you have no way to take me out.
I can't even
really. Okay, see if you can find something that can take down my steel gorilla. Can he do it?
All right, so... Oh, yes, this is amazing. I am a velociraptor.
Okay, this isn't looking good.
So I'm pretty, agile.
Mm-hmm.
I am wearing a meat bikini.
First off, ew.
Right? Like, that would just smell after a while.
And first off, the velociraptor would not wear meat, it would just eat it.
No, it's wearing it.
It's wearing it,
it's
okay.
It's a shimmy, shimmy, shake. And this velociraptor can see 3 seconds into the future, meaning I can see you coming.
Oh, okay. How's the meat suit helping you?
Not a meat suit.
A meat bikini.
Meat bikini.
Okay,
because
but
I'm a sassy...
Yes. Well, you know what?
Velociraptor.
I mean, it's hard. The future thing is a thing. It is an issue. But
I'm a feral animal covered in meat attacking a gorilla.
But I can turn to steel, so Velociraptor, can it take down steel? And I can still try to but I wouldn't be able to hypnotize you because you can see into the future that I'm going to hypnotize you and you try to stop it.
Okay, well, your steel kind of like
my steel ruins things. Yeah. Oh, keep trying, man. Gorilla for the win.
Oh, man, why do I get the lame cards? Okay, so I have an action figure version of Pikachu who's really clumsy. But your steel so I can electrocute you?
Okay.
That could fry you. Doesn't mean you're inside. But what if it's only your outside?
Oh,
and my electrocution boils your brain.
Inside. I'm a giant.
But I'm tiny. I'm 6 inches tall. I'm a 6-inch tall Pikachu that's also clumsy, so I might just be shooting lightning everywhere.
That is true.
Lightning all over the place, in your face.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
I'm gonna take this one because I'm gonna
You're
fry
just gonna
you.
try it?
I'm
okay.
gonna zap you.
So I'll put this down. Steel Gorilla dies. Let's see if I can take out 6-inch Pikachu, who's clumsy. I'm a flying T-Rex. But most importantly, it turns invisible while singing show tunes.
Oh
snap.
Oh, he must have listened to our last episode.
We had played this game with my parents, and then because my mom loves to sing and just being more silly with like some of the louder music and the show tune stuff. So then she was joking that every time she would sing, we would ask her where she went.
Yeah,
and so it was a running joke. But a flying T-Rex is going to stomp all over your 6-inch Pikachu.
You said
you won't be able to see it coming.
You said it so demeaningly.
I know, right?
Only 6-inch. All right, so this is pretty awesome. I have everyone at Burning Man. So lots of people on so many drugs. They're all made of stone. So they're strong but fragile. And they're riding a war elephant. So we can throw our heads at your T-Rex.
Just the sheer volume of people who are going to be crazy
out of their minds
are going to take down the flying T-Rex because they're going to be able to fly. Even if he's invisible, he's still singing. They might just think they're tripping balls.
They might, but they're riding a war elephant.
Yeah.
And that just seems amazing to me.
Okay. Giant.
So throwing heads, they're stone heads like DuckTales. So there's a whole bunch of headless Burning Man people out there.
I like it. Okay, let's see who. Okay. Yeah, no, this is not helping because I am the doctor. Well, which doctor? I don't know, right?
Well, it's your interpretation of the card.
It's all of the doctors. But I don't.
I like how you didn't say it like it's Doctor Who.
Oh,
you're just like
you just should know.
You should know it.
Jeez, it's Doctor Who because his name is just the Doctor.
Well, yeah, okay.
And then you would say Doctor Who.
But see this.
Oh,
this here's that thing where we had that conversation with your folks. Though was the idea though that the cards have some interpretation because they were like Jason and your dad was like Jason and the Argonauts and Abe's like, and our son's like. No, the
stabby Jason.
Yeah.
Well, I love that too, where I immediately went to Jason from Friday the 13th, and you walked over and you're like, but what if it's Jason from the Argonauts? I was like, seriously?
It's all up to so if we'd had that card with your folks, they would have been like, why is our doctor doing this?
Right? Okay, so Doctor with no arms, but he is wearing a suit of armor. But he has no arms.
Yeah, so he can't use his screwdriver.
No.
So,
and I don't know he's going to be able to outwit everyone from
tripping balls from Burning Man throwing our heads.
And that we're gonna leave Mike on a high for that one.
Yeah, I need a win.
And that is Super Fight.
There you go. It's Super Fight. It's really fun because you just sit back and you have those conversations.
It's of ridiculousness.
Absurd
what it's
arguments.
Fun because Kiddo can play with this because then it gets his imagination and critical thinking all at the same time and a way to debate something and it's a way just to create a conversation, so there's a bit of a learning actually. So as a parent, it's really cool.
Yeah. And it's not boring, right?
No, because it always changes. It's 3 cards combination. So you maybe can get the same card, but it's going to be in a different mix of something. And you're going up another different opponent too.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can, like all these card games, you pretty much create your own rules.
Yeah.
So
So
just do what you want.
And you know what? We tend to not keep score about anything anyway, because it's more fun to not be competing. It's just, a little bit more of like in your face, but not like, oh, you suck. Because
Boom. I'll beat your ass.
Yeah, because, there's a time and place for that. So we don't need to do that.
That's SUPERFIGHT.
Talking about board games where there is a clear winner.
That's why we don't play board games.
No, we don't. We don't at all.
Because Katie's like, boom, I'll beat your ass, fool.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Right. But that's SUPERFIGHT from Skybound Games. We got ours at Toy Traders.
Of course.
And I've seen it on Amazon and all those other places. So definitely it's something if you like having absurd arguments with your family or friends, check it out. Okay, movie review time. That's right. We're doing movie reviews. They're not brand new movies, but they're kind of brand new in a way. They're from 2019 and we're still in 2019. That's right. So these are movies that either we weren't sure about, we didn't really want to see, or we just couldn't find the time.
Yes.
So we saw 3 movies. And the first one on our docket is Dark Phoenix. So X-Men, Dark Phoenix, the last Fox X-Men movie.
Yes.
And we watched it. And
immediately regretted the decision?
Exactly. It was 2 hours of my life I wish I could have had back. Not trying to be cup of rage right now, but damn.
We're gleefully saying how horrible it was.
I was surprised. I was sitting there hoping that I would be proven wrong.
Yeah.
And it was very rushed. It was disjointed. It felt like a higher budgeted CW show.
Yes.
But without, I don't know, something. Like nobody really had costumes. They were all just pretty much in jeans.
Yeah.
Jean was in jeans as the Dark Phoenix.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I really loved First Class. Yes. And then the series.
She loved First Class.
I love it so much. I love McAvoy. I love Fassbender in their roles. Like I was really, really excited to see this series. And then they've just got progressively more disappointing. And after Apocalypse, I lost all hope in it.
Well, that's why we didn't even bother seeing this in theaters, because Apocalypse just ruined it for us.
Everything about the trailer really didn't grab my attention anyway. No. And there was, you could tell it was just kind of like, oh yeah, we brought this out too. We just kind of shuffled it because of how everything was switching up with Fox and everything. So I get that, but it just, I was sad because I really like the idea of Jean Grey, and I don't understand why they're focusing so much on the Dark Phoenix aspect, and why I didn't feel bad at all that she was taken over. Like, why did we care about saving her?
Well, both times Fox has tried to do the Phoenix, they've rushed it.
Yeah. And they're not doing it right. There's no care in it. It's done with haste that just makes it fall flat. And this one was just weird because you didn't even get to see her in this one be evil with the Dark Phoenix or anything like that. She had one moment of kind of showing some control, but otherwise it was just a temper tantrum.
Yeah, an angry child.
Yeah, it was just angry child. It wasn't angry and powerful or anything like that. It was just like I'm lost, and there was no reason for what she was going through to be caused by this cosmic force. Mm-hmm. It just could have been those walls breaking down and her having to deal with it. There was no that extra. It felt shoehorned in. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's alien invasion too. And my biggest complaint is at the end, the gigantic what? The what? The mutants are all gonna be put under surveillance and internment camps, and they're all arrested from the military. And then the aliens show up. The aliens kill all the military guys. Then no one knows that though, because everyone died. And the mutants save everything, but then they're just like, everything's fine.
Yep.
It's all rosy and sunny. Like, no, it's not. Everything's fine. Like, you didn't explain that. That you and me are not fans of plot holes. Using that term, that was a plot hole, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, then Xavier is just kind of on the run, too, though, right? And, Beast is suddenly headmaster at Jean Grey's school, but yet Jean Grey was the mutant that they were trying to take down because she was causing all those problems.
Right?
Yeah.
I I didn't
and
really
also
like
too, Beast has never been headmaster at
okay, that right there was like
Storm
nullifying all of it.
Yeah.
Storm would have made sense, but yeah, nullifying all of it. I know that Beast has never been handled right for you, and that one it made you even more angry throughout it.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't really care about anyone in the movie. No one was likable.
They were all just so angry.
They're tearing down Xavier and making him not to be any sort of shining light.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they've been doing that more by showing some of the shady stuff.
Yeah,
that he was
they
doing.
did that before in original sin and stuff like that in the comics. But it's hard to just jump right to that and be like, you know, we're dealing with the X-Men in their past, but it's like, let's use more comics from the last 10 years. And, you know, no.
So I was disappointed. Like, I was hoping that I would have just been angry about the way they handled the characters and the movie itself would have been good. But the movie was crap. I'm sorry. Just the way it was shot, the way it was done, everything about it. And the weird, like, slow motion shots. It was all Matrix-like, dramatic, and it was just weird.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see how it went out. And the only thing I can hope for is that with Marvel having them back, maybe we'll get to see the mutants back, the Merry Mutants back in some glory, because it was just not happening. But I'm glad it was free from the library.
But we didn't pay for it. Now we've seen it. Now we can give an honest opinion about it. So what's the second one we watched, Mike?
So the other one that we weren't really sure about, because we've said before that the live action Disney remakes have not been our favorite.
Yes.
We watched Aladdin.
Yes, we finally did.
Guy Ritchie's Aladdin.
Which I never really thought would go together. It seemed strange. I don't know why. But yeah, we did finally watch that. And you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised with it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I might. There was a lot of positives for it. One of my big things I liked was that there was actual differences and variations from the animated. That was my only real contention with the live action Beauty and the Beast, was that it was shot for shot. Everything was pretty much the exact same. And while that movie was beautiful, it was kind of boring because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And when it first started changing in Aladdin, I was kind of like, oh, well, this is exciting that I don't know exactly what's going to happen each time. I know the general gist of things and the feel of things are going to be, but it wasn't the exact same. So that was a real bonus for me. But from the beginning with the trailer, I didn't like Jafar. And the movies really made me not like Jafar.
And let's start. But it wasn't that you didn't like him because he was a good bad guy.
Correct.
You didn't like him because he was just very meh as a bad guy.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like I should like him as a villain.
Yeah.
I did not like the way the actor played that character.
He seemed very meek and
he was weak in the way his voice was. He was not scary. He was not overbearing. He was slimy in a bad way. Like not the proper villain way where he was conniving and confident and kind of a little crazy. Yeah. Kind of maniacal. He should have been more maniacal and he wasn't. He was just...
Remind me like Wormtail from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Right? Where he was slimy.
He was slimy, but in like a
dirtbag.
Really, dirtbag way.
But exactly. He just never... But he never really stood out like a bad guy. He wasn't a villain feeling like he.
And then I was really sad when he got his sorcerer powers and everything like that he didn't show up with more gusto, right? And you make a good point that he probably in the animated, let's say, it was showing that he was kind of more into dark arts and magic before, and that they didn't really explain him having his magic staff. Yeah. But he probably didn't really know what he was doing. Yeah. But it seemed a little lackluster. It was like, okay, sweet, you're supposed to be this all-powerful sorcerer, but you're not really showing me all-powerful here.
Yeah, he very just stood there and let things happen and be like, say what?
He was so slow on it. So I don't know, that's my pros and cons. What about you? I kind of bowled you all over on that one.
No. I wasn't sure about this because Aladdin is one of my favorites from the Disney Renaissance era. So having the live action when a lot of them haven't been to par for me, I was pleasantly surprised because I actually was enjoying it. I didn't feel like I was bored and wanting to look at my phone. There was a few things that I thought was weird, like the sped up part in one jump. And then at the very end, it was weird. I don't know what they were going for with the speeding up of the dance numbers. But... I was pleasantly surprised and enjoyed Will Smith as a genie. There was only a couple times when he got a little too hip hoppy.
It's like a Fresh Prince just showed up, and I was like, "What?"
But I had a lot of fun with it. Like, would I watch it again? I don't know.
I probably would be willing to watch it again. I don't know if I'm okay that we don't own it or anything like that, but I did enjoy, like, it was beautiful looking and everything, and it was fun to see a lot of that stuff.
It was set up more like an actual like stage musical, especially the way it was kind of shot and like blocked off and all that.
Yeah,
you could tell that they were going for more of like the stage musical feel.
One thing I liked was that the guards were not just like big stupid apes. They were. I really liked that. I liked that the Sultan was not so comical. I did enjoy the little bit more of the girl power that was in there, showing that, it's not like Jasmine was ever put down as someone who wasn't a strong female. She was definitely taking care of her own. But it was cool to show the intelligence and the understanding that leading people and being a good ruler takes both knowledge and experience and care about the real world that you're actually running, and compassion for the people that you're actually taking care of. And I thought that was a good message to be putting out there, that it's not just one or the other. You can't just know the law, and you can't just be in it for yourself as well, and just be caring about ruling power and just expanding borders and just domineering over everyone. You have to having a big kingdom doesn't mean it's a happy, safe kingdom. And I thought all of that is just good things to bring up in our world now. And
it's very topical, even when you look at it, though, for how our world is, though.
Right?
So
I did like that message.
Yeah. And that's where I say that her whole number there was very much a musical based styling of storytelling, because it was like, what's happening? At first she started singing, then everyone just started dissolving, and she was like, it was all just to show her inner feeling, right?
Exactly. And so, yeah, you're right. It was very stage musical feeling for sure. So I was pleasantly surprised with it, and I was happy that we did watch it.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was much more enjoyable than Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
By a lot.
Yes. Well, again, that was we kind of judge it with, are we, willing to go and dig into our phones or something? We just kind of check out. And I think I watched Dark Phoenix and was just hoping that it was going to get better, and it just didn't. And Aladdin kept my interest for sure. It was like, oh, what's going to happen type thing. Yeah. So that was good.
I almost kind of wish we had mystery scienced Dark Phoenix, because
that would have been pretty fun. Because there was a number of times where we looked at each other and we're like, what the heck was that?
Yeah. So the third movie we watched, Danny Boyle brought out a movie called Yesterday.
Yes.
About a man that gets hit by a bus, and when he wakes up, no one remembers who the Beatles were except for him.
Yeah, because there was some weird blackout for 12 seconds of the entire planet lost power. No explanation for the weirdness. And the Beatles have been erased from history.
So then he decides, because he's a singer-songwriter, that he's going to bring the Beatles back to people, but it's under the disguise of his own songs.
You know what I kind of like with that is that he wasn't... he didn't do that on purpose.
No.
And I think that was really cool, was the way that it was brought out and how he found out about it was very natural feeling. Dropping little things like saying some of the lyrics and having someone not recognize them. And then when they would just ask him to play a song, he plays a song, and they were just all like fascinated by it. And I thought that was really well done, because it wasn't like, oh, no one remembers it, I'm going to start recording these and pretend they're mine, It was like, well, wait a second, everyone's paying attention to it. And he gets caught up in that fame, and that, everyone loves it. And I think it's great because it's still saying that the music that they wrote were masterpieces all on their own. It wasn't just the fact that the Beatles made them. Yeah. They were beautiful pieces of music in itself. And I thought that was a really cool commentary for it, right?
Yeah.
So...
And out of all three of the movies that we've watched that were on this podcast this week, if you haven't seen Yesterday, I highly recommend it, because it was a fantastic film.
Yes.
The music in it was great. The way they sung the songs and all that, the way they arranged everything was fantastic. And the humor in it was great. It engaged me the entire time. And the thing that was really fun was that we showed our son the movie.
Yeah.
It's only rated PG, so completely safe.
Well, because even the parental guide there, we thought there'd be a little bit more on the parental guide, and there really wasn't at all.
It was completely safe.
Totally tame.
Yeah. He was engaged the entire time. He started singing with the songs.
He was dancing. He was
smiling. Yep. He was happy. And it was just a good, feel-good movie. It just was warming almost.
Yeah, it was very... Yeah, it was a warm movie.
Yeah,
sure.
It definitely just was happy, and you watch it. Even though everything, the way things go and all that is, it's just a happy movie, and it's just a great way for them to use the music and bring the Beatles to maybe a new generation of people that don't necessarily know it, because I think that's kind of the idea of the movie is there's a whole bunch of people out there that don't necessarily know the music, and this brings it to them in a different way. Which
breaks my heart.
That brings it to, then they go search for it. Well, who did this and that, and who are these people and all that. And I think that's the thing that's kind of cool, but it was a very smart package.
Well, and you know what?
Because that's what Across the Universe did when it came out.
Exactly.
It brought it out in a different way. The people were like, wait, who are these people and what is this music? And then all of a sudden, their music skyrocketed again, right? So it's just all, and that's what these things are. They're just another way to gateway drug
within the movie. It talked about other things that had been erased from history. Mm-hmm. And as in effect, because of the Beatles were no longer there. Yeah. And things that were influenced by it or made famous by them or anything like that. And that the few things they talked about were such a drop in the bucket. To think about what would happen if the Beatles had not existed is astronomical, world changing. It's insane.
The different artists that would have disappeared, the different products that supposedly disappeared.
So many artists can claim that the Beatles influenced them.
Yeah.
Ones that it's the most obscure things possible too. And super famous ones as well. Like, it's astonishing to when you think about the influence that they had on our world. Yeah. And it wasn't just music that they talked about. It was the most mundane things that you would never were like, what? Because when I search things, I'm like, how is this connected? You can tell everyone was like, how is this connected? Yeah. And it was a common thing. Yeah. And so it's good, exactly as you say, to bring that to other people and just to show that it's an important part of our history, not just music. You don't have to really even love the Beatles. I mean, for me, they mean everything to me.
Well, it is in our family, right?
Yeah. So. And so it's just, it's really super important. And I think we did a great job of showing how those songs can bring people together and express both weird, quirky art and love and unity, and I can't say enough good things about the Beatles music. Yeah. Like, I could just literally have a whole podcast just talking about it. And it made me happy because anything when I get to hear the Beatles music makes me happy. So, all of a sudden you hear it and you just start singing along with it, and it was great. It was just adorable to see Kiddo enjoying the same thing. Yeah. So,
and that's what was great, and even on another level of the movie, when you watched it, even if it wasn't for the actual Beatles music, also just the fact that there was showing how fast fame can take you and how easy it is to crash.
Oh yeah, the commentary on the Insta and the
Insta fame, right?
Well, and then the horrible music executive
and Kate McKinnon did a great job playing. She's that stereotype. Yeah. So she's harsh in the movie, but it's because she's playing up every sleazy record producer stereotype. Yeah. Within like she probably only has like 50 lines in the movie, right? But it's like every line is purposely delivered, and she's so like derogatory
knife, right? to him. Yeah, exactly. It's so one line that I loved was, "I don't know anything about him. He's just a product to me." Yeah. And I thought that was so poignant for even us as consumers sometimes can see that, where it's like, there's not a person there anymore. It's just a product. It's something that I want to buy, something that they want to sell. It's not, there's no being there creating that art anymore. It's just a product of something. Yeah. And I think that that's a weird world that we are in now, that it's not, and the Beatles themselves were something that did gain popularity so quickly, and it hit them really hard still too. And it's just, it's a cycle that keeps going through. Right. And, but yeah, there's a little good commentary on stuff like that and how it can change people's relationships and everything like that, right?
Yeah,
so.
I wasn't expecting it to be so layered as it was, because it is really just a rom-com. Yeah. Hidden with music. Yeah. And on the surface, that's what it looks like, but there is more to it. And I really dug that. It was a really, really well done movie from Danny Boyle. Yeah. So
I was really happy we saw it. That was definitely my favorite of the three. I know it was yours too. Yeah. So
I would watch that again in a heartbeat. Yeah. Because it was just.
And that was when I really wanted to see in theater. We just couldn't find the time to do it because I didn't know it was something we could have brought Kiddo to, right? And I'm glad we didn't worry about paying for it there. It was always a bonus to have it free for everything, of course. But I was pleasantly surprised that he was able to enjoy it too. So.
And he really enjoyed it. He thought it was great. Like, he thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, which is great, because I know that sometimes when I gave him fair warning. I was like, there does look like this is a romance.
There might be kissing.
There might be kissing, and it just, he didn't care. It was just like whatever. Everything blended over, which is kind of was nice that it did a nice blend of everything. So.
Exactly. So definitely check out Yesterday from Danny Boyle.
Yes.
It's worthwhile. Out of the 3 that we got to back check that we missed over this last year, totally worth it.
Yes.
So there you have it, kids. Another episode in the can, in your ears, feeling good, filled with rad.
All sorts of things.
It was just a schmozzle for you this week. It's a little different. It's kind of old format.
Yeah.
But next week, we're actually going to be doing a new movie. That's right.
Oh my gosh, we get to go to the movies.
The sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep, hits theaters, and we're gonna go see it.
It has Ewan McGregor in there.
So yeah, she's there. I still want to see Dark Fate because I'm a huge Terminator fan.
Yes.
So we'll see if that makes an appearance. I don't know.
I would like to watch it too.
So we'll see what we can find to. But for sure, Dr. Sleep is gonna be the thing I'm looking for. So stay tuned, stay rad.
Thanks for joining us and have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Want more rad content? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review.
And remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes!